Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Finn and Carter's showdown over Steffy new rivalry erupts. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, could have a new rival to fight with thanks to all the Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, and Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Finswood. Conflict. Finn previously had a rivalry with Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, but they found some common ground after Finn saved Steffy from Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, clutches. Liam paid Finn a visit to thank him for playing the hero and was quite genuine about it. At this point, Liam has accepted that Steffy and Finn's marriage is solid. Since Liam has shifted his attention back to Hope Logan, Annika Noel, Finn doesn't have to be in guard dog mode when it comes to Steffy's ex, at least for now. However, Finn could still use a male foe to face off for drama's sake. Carter and Finn could be the next rivalry that the show's cooking up depending on how things play out. We all know Finn can't stand it if anyone dares to disrespect his wife in any way. Finn is extremely protective of Steffy, so certainly wouldn't approve of the accusations and insults Carter's been throwing at her. If Finn ever catches Carter and Steffy in a heated confrontation, you can bet he'll intervene. Finn may make it clear that if Carter has a problem, he should take it up with him instead. Based on our B&B predictions, Steffy and Carter's tension will continue to boil over, so Finn may get caught in the hostility. There was a time when many fans saw the potential for a nice friendship between Finn and Carter, but that ship may have sailed for now. Instead, Finn and Carter could be gearing up for a feud that'll bring some dramatic twists and turns. Since Finn hasn't had a whole lot to do on the show lately, a Carter rivalry could help fix that and bring some gripping scenes. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Carter and Finn may have some raging showdowns in their future, so stay tuned for updates on any exciting news to come. The upscale world of the bold and the beautiful is no stranger to turbulent relationships, clandestine affairs, and unbridled drama. But what had started as whispers across the Forrester Creations hallways now threatened to erupt into a full-blown war, the kind that reshaped alliances and tore at the fabric of loyalty. It was a storm that pitted Dr. John Finn Finnegan against Carter Walton, two men bound by their unwavering affections for Steffy Forrester, but driven by different motives. As tension simmered, the stage was set for an epic showdown, one that nobody in Los Angeles could ignore. The first sparks of tension, Finn, the charming and devoted husband to Steffy, had always prided himself on being the rock in her life, a calm eye in the middle of her emotional hurricane. But Carter, handsome, ambitious, and recently more daring than ever, had caught Steffy's attention in ways that Finn couldn't ignore. It started innocently, as many troubles do. Carter had become Steffy's confidant during an unexpected period of transition at Forrester Creations, where boardroom battles threatened to unravel Steffy's confidence. Carter's unyielding support had been comforting, a balm to Steffy's ever-wound-up state. But the whispers that followed their increasingly frequent meetings sparked Finn's instincts. What was once a professional relationship was beginning to blur into something more ambiguous, something dangerous. Steffy's balancing act. Steffy, ever the force of nature, was caught in a maelstrom of her own making. The power and thrill of being admired by two men as different as Finn and Carter fed her desire for control, but it also stoked a fire that threatened to consume her. Finn was stability, the man who had pulled her out of her darkest moments, and stood by her through all of life's vicissitudes. Carter, on the other hand, was excitement, a reminder of what it felt like to live on the edge, unhindered by consequences. Yet Steffy's love for Finn was real and strong. She believed that she could keep the tightrope act going without losing her balance. But the date Carter's hand lingered on hers a moment too long, and Finn noticed the facade cracked. A chance encounter at Il Giardino. It wasn't a planned confrontation, but fate in its relentless irony orchestrated the perfect storm. Finn, who had come to Il Giardino to meet Steffi for lunch, spotted her sharing an intimate conversation with Carter at a corner table. The laughter between them stung him more deeply than he cared to admit. It was the look in Steffi's eyes, lit with an excitement he hadn't seen in a long time, that sent him storming across the room. Steffi Carter, Finn's voice was calm, too calm, the kind that carries the weight of an impending eruption. The smile on Steffi's lips froze, replaced by a flicker of guilt. Carter, ever the composed attorney, raised an eyebrow, sensing the brewing storm but refusing to back down. "Hey, Finn," Steffi said, forcing a casualness she didn't feel. "I thought you had a meeting." "It got canceled," Finn replied curtly, eyes shifting between them. "Looks like I walked into one of my own." The gloves come off. What started as an icy exchange at Il Giardino soon escalated into a confrontation at Forrester Creations. The tension between Finn and Carter spilled into the boardroom, where Ridge, Brooke, and Thomas found themselves caught in the crossfire of whispered accusations and knowing glances. Finn's patience had run its course. The quiet man who had once only spoken in soothing tones now let his anger fly. "I don't know what game you're playing, Carter, but it ends now," Finn declared, his jaw tight. "Steffi's my wife. This," he gestured between them, "isn't happening." Carter, who had managed to keep his calm exterior until now, finally let his own frustration crack through. "I'm not playing any games, Finn. I've been here for Steffi when she needed someone to listen. That's all. But maybe you should ask yourself why she needed that in the first place." The room fell silent. Steffi's eyes widened, her face pale. The words echoed between them, unspoken truths suddenly brought to light. The torn heart of Steffi Forrester. As the rivalry intensified, Steffi became the center of it all, pulled in opposite directions by two men, who each in their way reflected parts of her own heart. Finn, with his unwavering love and quiet strength, made her feel cherished and safe. But Carter's presence, his deep eyes that seemed to read her mind, reminded her of a time when life was a gamble, full of risks and rewards. She had to make a choice, and each option carried its own consequence. But for now, she couldn't bring herself to cut Carter out completely or reassure Finn without hesitation. The look Finn gave her during their late-night conversation, pleading, mixed with hurt, told her he was fighting to hold on, but slipping nonetheless. "Finn, it's not what you think," Steffi whispered, her voice cracking. "I never meant for this to happen." "But it did," he said, eyes glossed with pain. "Now what, Steffi?" The showdown's fallout Carter, who had remained composed, began to feel the weight of what his relationship with Steffi had become. If it had started innocuously, it had evolved into a war of affections that neither he nor Finn could afford to lose. Yet somewhere amidst the hurt, Carter realized he hadn't only been drawn to Steffi's allure. He had begun to care, deeply, and with that came the realization that lines had been crossed. The rivalry between Finn and Carter would not resolve itself quietly. The sparks of confrontation promised more fires to come, fires that might burn Steffi's carefully constructed world down to embers if she couldn't extinguish them in time. But one thing was clear: the heart wants what it wants, and in the world of the bold and the beautiful, that desire would make even the strongest tremble.